Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Champion Circle TV channel right here on YouTube or wherever you may be watching it on your social media platforms. I want to thank you for the opportunity to share with you and impart with you, come alongside you, and help you go to the next level. You can break through the glass ceiling to achieve what you want. Yes, whether it's a goal, a vision, or objective, it can be a reality. And I'm here to just come alongside you and partner with you to help you get to that point. Throughout our lifetime, and I'm an 80s baby, we always referred to the word dope as something that was cool or something that was nice or luxury. You know, it had its own connotation back in the 80s and the 90s, but we have turned that thing into a positive feature. We're trying to achieve all of those great things in our lives, whether it's success, happiness, love, whether it's seeing our businesses grow from inception to completion. That's something that's dope. And we want to achieve a dope life. So, this first subject is hey, addicted to my dope life. How can you be addicted to a dope life? That means every time you open your eyes in the morning, you're doing something that pulls you further towards your goal. You are creating and implementing practices and standard operating procedures that are going to help you get to the dopest place in your life, whether it's happiness, marriage, success, business, in your family life. It can be achieved. The first thing I want you to realize is that your thoughts are either your trap or it's your freedom. Well, what do I mean? You can be high on purpose and addicted to the process to where you are finding that fuel every morning to look past the negative things or look past where you currently are to achieve greatness. How do you do that? Because I have a relentless pursuit of excellence. I have a relentless pursuit of happiness that gets me up and gets me going every morning. Where I'm going is far more important than where I am. And the moment I change my mindset and I realize that, hey, I don't have to live here. I don't have to stay in this current position, but I can achieve some great things. And now it just simply means that I have to slow down, pump my brakes, write down the vision and goals and objectives that I have for myself, then create meaningful steps, meaningful guidelines for how I'm going to get there. What does that mean? I have to be diligent in waking up every morning to achieve that goal. And it all starts in our mindset. So I just want to take the time first to welcome you all to the movement. This is a movement where we are going to consistently be coming alongside you to help empower you and give you the fuel that you need to achieve your next. This is more so a mindset rehab than um, a, another motivational or inspirational speech. You know, there is some reconstruction that has to go. There are some mindset shifts that have to happen in order for us to reach our goals. We're here to build a daily high of discipline, purpose, and growth. Discipline, purpose, and growth. Say it with me, or as we used to say in church, say it to your neighbor. We're here to build a daily high off of discipline, purpose, and growth. Your thoughts equal your power. You know, it's really simple. Every action starts with a thought. You know, if you want to get to $1 million, you first have to have a thought that turns into another thought of how you're going to get to $1 million that turns into an action plan. An action plan is how we're going to achieve the goal, right? And so thoughts trigger our emotions, and our emotions feed into our actions, and our actions give us our desired outcome. Again, our thoughts feed into our emotions. That emotion lights that fire under us to put us into action. And then action turns into our outcome. Belief systems shape your destiny. You have to have a belief system that, hey, I was created to do this. I don't care what the enemy, what the devil, what my haters have to say about it. I was born for this purpose. I was born to achieve this goal. Because if God didn't think that I was capable of bringing it to pass, then he wouldn't have given it to me. God gives to those people who he trusts to complete the plan, the vision, the goal, and objective that you have set for yourself. It says in Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So, how do I think in my heart? Well, your brain is directly connected to your heart, your emotions, your livelihood. It's all a part of your thought process that connects to your emotions. So you want to think your way into your next level. Think your way into what God has for you. Yeah, if you want that $1 million yogurt chain, then you can do it. But you first have to change your mindset and stop thinking negatively about yourself and stop focusing on what you don't know and start implementing practices and protocols and processes to where you are constantly, daily waking up, learning more about what you are so passionate about. Forget about what you don't know. Let's focus and let's concentrate on getting to know more about what God has given you to do and focusing on what you already know. Are you trapped? Mindset traps are something that can be in the form of self sabotage. It can be in the form of looking at our past and living in our past and living in our mistakes of our past. And then you have this thing called scarcity mindset, where it's like, okay, why me? Why not you? It's so many people that are out here that never took the first step because they disqualified themselves out of the gate. Don't disqualify yourself out of the gate. You are worthy, you are capable of achieving everything that you have put your mind to. This is your season, this is your opportunity to make your indelible mark on this earth. And then a lot of people are hesitant because there is a fear of failure, right? I failed so many times that I lost count. You're going to fail, but those failure and those failure points go as nothing more than education to help you prepare for the future. If you go and you fail again and you fail again, at least now you have the knowledge to know what doesn't work for you, what isn't going to get you to that goal where you want to be. Because, hey, I've tried that before and I know that doesn't work right here. For me, it was Google Ads. I know Google Ads didn't work for my game truck business. It just simply didn't. We may have gotten maybe 10 to 15% of our calls were from Google, and some may say, hey, that's pretty good, but not compared to the thousands of dollars that we spent on Google Ads. I simply know that that was a failure point, and I use wisdom to know that, hey, when I went in Walmart and handed out these flyers, that represented 40% of our sales. So it cost me maybe $200 in printing versus $1,000 to $2,000 in monthly spend on Google Ads. When I just went and people like to connect with people, they like to place a face with an interaction. And that interaction will give them to call you back before they just scroll through Google. Believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, people aren't sitting in front of their laptops the entire day searching on Google for what they need. Sometimes they may go to Google on their phone or they may go to social media these days and find out what they're needing. But when you meet a person and you interact and you say hello and you introduce yourselves, those people are more likely to support your business because now they have, no matter how minute, they have a personal relationship with you. Now, listen, there's an imposter syndrome where it's like, hey, I know that God gave me this vision, but I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this. I don't know if I am the person that is capable of pulling this to fruition or pulling this plan together. It's an imposter syndrome. Hey, I don't know why me? Why am I here? I don't think this was given to me. Maybe I can present this idea to someone who I think is more capable. Well, one of the greatest characters in the Bible was Moses. He had a speech impediment and did not want to speak to God's people. God said, no, I've given this assignment to you because you're capable of doing it, because I see something in you that you can't see in yourself. Don't allow the imposter syndrome to take place in your mind, because obviously when you thinking something, in 90% of the cases, it's not what it is. It's fear, false evidence appearing real. And so overcome that by realizing that, hey, if God gave me this vision, he gave me the tools, the resources, and the wherewithal to be able to bring it to pass. I am him, or I am her. I am the person that God trusted with this vision, and I'm going to be the one to bring it to pass. Sometimes there are trauma based beliefs, like, okay, you have those special loved ones, like always in your ear, hey, I don't think, right now is the right time, or I don't know about that idea, and da da da. Well, it's not about them. Often we are looking for validation from family members and from those people who have traditionally caused us trauma. We're still ironically looking for the okay from them for something that God gave to us. Well, here is a spoiler alert. They're never going to get with it. Well, I won't say never. Sometimes they'll get with it when? After it has become a success. But you have to put in the work. And sometimes there are valley seasons, and usually those are at the beginning. When God has given you something to do, he gives you a valley to tread first. What does that mean? Yeah, you're going to have to go through this wilderness period, this wilderness state to bring it to pass. Sometimes there aren't teams that are ready to and willing to get behind you at the inception of your idea. Don't take offense to it. Just know that, hey, I am meant to walk this path by myself. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to study. I'm going to wake up, personally develop, professionally develop to achieve what I need to achieve. I am not going to stop the vision God gave me just because my cousins won't get behind me. I'm not going to stop the vision that God gave me just because my best friend can't really see it coming to pass. I'm not going to stop the vision God gave me because my mama think I ain't got enough money to get it done. I am here to bring forth the vision that God has given me to accomplish. And I'm going to do that with a yes from you or a no from you. It's not going to make me any difference. I don't need validation of men. I don't need validation of family members to go forth and give me what God gave to me. Because reality is, God gave it to you. He didn't give it to them. So they're not going to see it like he gave it to you because, first of all, he didn't give the vision to them in the first place. So do not allow trauma based beliefs or the fact that you don't have money right now stop you from putting those pieces in place before you get there. So a lot of people say, hey, I'm not going to move forward on my goal because I'm broke right now. But you know what? It's not broke. The lead in your pencil, the lead, the ink in your pen, that's not broke, right? So you can automatically start putting into place, writing down the vision, making every detail clear, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Because what happens a lot of times, and I've heard this from several people, hey, yeah, I focus so much on getting money and getting funding for my project. When I got the funding, I didn't have a game plan for my project because I was so focused on getting money for the project that I hadn't really written out the plan. I hadn't really written out the project even. Don't be that person. You don't have to wait until you got $1 million in the bank to start bringing your vision to reality. One trick that I had to learn for myself, I acted as if I already had the money. And I got a notepad and an ink pen and I sat down and I wrote it down as if I was going to the store the next day to get everything I needed. Then there is a freedom that comes with, hey, I don't have to worry about how I'm going to get this. I don't have to worry about whether or not I have enough money. Write your vision with an open checkbook. Write that down. Write that down. I'm going to write my vision like I got an open checkbook, like I got an open bank account. Because when you write your vision based upon where you are right now, you're going to find out that that vision is really tiny and really small because you're basing it on the $320 that you got in your bank account right now. Write your vision as if you have an open checkbook. We become loyal to the lies we rehearse every day. You hear that? We become loyal to the lies that we rehearse every day. Every day we find it's so easy to say why we can't do something. It's so easy to say why we can't achieve a certain goal. That's easy. We can come up with every reason in the world to figure out why we can't do it. And so then we start to believe it because it's easy when our thoughts are simply lazy. Our goals and our objectives are now held hostage to our daily thoughts, which are based upon the foundation of simply being lazy. Let's figure out how we can get it done. Let's spend that extra time and energy in pulling that vision from just on paper to small steps that we can accomplish every day that moves us closer to our goal. Your mindset is definitely your freedom. What you think, you can create. So if God gave you something, this recurring thought every day, you actually have the wherewithal within your power to be able to write it down and figure out how it's going to get done. Whether it's a bakery, whether it's a law firm, there is a way to get it done. You have to stop limiting yourself based upon what you know, based upon your current bank account, based upon your current support system. You cannot limit yourself and limit your mindset and hold yourself hostage based upon your current situation. Change starts with awareness. I am more empowered. I have more power. I have more tools and more resources when I take the time to study and dedicate myself to improving my daily situation by improving it with learning. Right now, we are leveraging every resource of AI humanly possible, ChatGPT, Abacus, whatever it is. There are so many resources at our disposal right now for us to use to take us to that next level. Whatever you don't know, it's at the stroke of a key. You can find it out. Not only just pull it up using AI, but then write it down, start taking notes. Sometimes old school notes work better because as you write it, it's committing it to memory. Muscle memory is never going to fail you. So even if it spells it out here on your laptop, yeah, you can control V and control C and paste wherever you need. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's fine. But sometimes just writing out the plan goes a long way to making sure that you retain it. Yes, we can always have these unlimited resources at our disposal for us to be able to go back and get the information that we needed. But sometimes committing it to memory is also helpful. I even took some extra steps and went real old school and got some note cards, some index cards, and started writing out some of the information that I got from Abacus and ChatGPT pertaining to my subject matter, pertaining to my expertise. And I started writing them down and committing them to memory. These are small steps that you can take that will go a long way. Listen, we're in a marathon. This is not just a race. No quick way will get you. There is no quick path that is going to get you where you're going. You have to be diligent and realize that this is a marathon. Daily, I'm going to include different practices that are going to get me to my goal, flat out. I'm not trying to get there quickly. I'm trying to get there and get there with a sustainable foundation that's going to keep me there for a long time. Mental discipline creates a lifestyle of transformation. You have to be disciplined. Create daily practices. Every time I wake up in the morning, I listen to daily audio Bible as I'm getting dressed, as I'm getting in the shower. I'm listening to God's word. I'm listening to the daily audio Bible. It sets the tone for my day. Then when I get out of there, I have a co-working space that we're in right now. I listen to everything co-working, the podcast on YouTube, everything co-working, learning more about the industry I'm in. Then I get out of there and I learn more about manhood. I'm going throughout my day, spending the day listening to YouTube and instructional videos. Myron is one of my mentors. I listen to him next. Daily there has to be a goal to improve yourself personally and professionally. And you have to surround yourself with mentors and with those processes and protocols that consistently build discipline in your mind. And then you'll find that your lifestyle is slowly changing. Those things that you used to be attracted to, you're no longer attracted to them. Those time wasters that consumed your life, they aren't there so much no more because you have a different mindset. Even your friend group will change because you're going to find that some conversations some people simply can't have with you. And they don't pique your interest anymore because you have built a mental discipline, a mental daily practice that has transformed your lifestyle. And that's the only thing that's going to get us to where we're going. Because this is going to create a mindset detox. What is a mindset detox? You're going to identify one toxic thought daily, reframe it with a truth based affirmation. All right, this is what I'm going to challenge you. Identify one toxic thought daily. Then I want you to reframe it with a truth based affirmation. For example, I'm not ready. Transform that to I'm preparing daily and stepping up anyway. What does that mean, Mike? Well, I took that negative connotation and I made it into something positive. It's how your mindset shifts. Yeah, I'm not ready. Okay, cool. I got that. But I'm preparing myself daily and stepping up anyway. Yeah, I'm not ready. No, I'm not ready. But I'm going to show up like I'm ready. And I'm going to learn and I'm going to fail and I'm going to be proud to fail because those failures are going to turn into life lessons that I'm going to use 2 weeks away from now, 2 months away from now, 2 years away from now, because now I'm going to say, hey, I've been through that and I know that doesn't work. So now I'm not going to waste any money on that. I've saved thousands of dollars. In that Google ad example I gave you earlier, I've saved $1,000 because after a while, I realized, hey, this is not working for my demographic. It's not working for my client base. It's not working for my industry. And so I stopped it. But the average person would keep dumping money into Google's pocket just to figure out, hey, this isn't working. Well, I cut that process in half and maybe even a little bit more, saying, hey, no, this is not working for me. Well, go in and reconfigure it. And if you follow Google's definition of reconfigure it, it just means, hey, let me figure out how to get some more money out of it, right? You have to use wisdom and have to use those failures to get you to your next level. Build your dope life thought by thought. I want you to break down every aspect of your life, everything, whether it's family, career, job, professional, entrepreneurship, relationship. I want you to take and break down every area of your life. Start to reframe everything that you don't like about that aspect of your life. Okay, I'm not making enough money. Okay, what can I do to make more money? Let me go drive for Uber. I got time in the evening to go drive for Uber. Or let me see. Hey, I have a remote job that I work early in the morning. I could take a couple of more hours doing another remote job in the evening. Start to reframe your thoughts. Track your mental patterns. Start watching how you think about certain things and start shifting those things. And then immediately ask God to correct them. God, stop. God, God, keep me from thinking like that. Keep me from thinking like that. I have something personally I say when a negative thought comes to my mind, I say, Satan, the Lord rebuke you. I don't receive that thought. Nope, I don't receive it. I bind that thought up. I'm not capable of doing this. I don't have enough. Nope, nope, nope. I cast that thought out. You have to take control of your thoughts and start keeping a pattern and immediately take them to God and lay them at his feet. I lay this mindset at your feet. I lay this thought at your feet. This thought that keeps coming up telling me I'm not good enough, I lay it at your feet. This thought that keeps coming up telling me I don't have enough money, I lay it at your feet. This thought that keeps coming up that keeps me up at night because I don't have the resources I need to get it done, but yet and still the bills are due, lay it at his feet. You have to learn how to consistently change your mindset and give God those problems that you don't know how to work out, those problems that you're not educated enough to solve. Lay it at his feet. Trust him to bring it to pass. Consistency equals breakthrough. This is an affirmation that I want you to take with you this week. Say to yourself, I'm not a prisoner of my past thoughts. I'm the architect of my next level. Say it again. I'm not a prisoner of my past thoughts. I'm the architect of my next level. Here's a call to action. This is something that I want you to do this week. Post your daily reframe using hashtag MyDopeLife. All right. Post your daily reframe. What I asked you to change, your mindset shift. Hey, I'm not good enough. Into, I'm preparing myself for my next level. Post your daily reframe using hashtag MyDopeLife. Also, invite a friend to join the next movement. We're going to meet every week at the same time. Stay locked in. Next week is identity over motivation. Identity over motivation. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Together, we're going to walk this path together and we're going to go arm in arm together to achieve your next level. I want you to ignore the negative emotions, the negative thought patterns, and let's have a mindset shift to get to where we need to go. Because this is your season. God has given you the vision for you to accomplish this vision, for you to accomplish this goal. And it doesn't matter who's behind you as long as you're behind yourself. Because that dope life that you want is attainable. Because I want you to realize that today, your thoughts are your freedom for yourself. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you back the next time. Peace.